now we're at a full capacity. So here's the thing that I don't know. Oh, we did it. There it is. Good day, fellow friends. Don't have an intro yet, but we'll figure that out eventually. Anyways, we are back continuing off the last episode. I guess we'll continue to call these episodes. We are back to trying to catch this last shiner. We left off explaining the area, little past experience in the game, and going over some of the level gear that we got from level 3 or 4, because we just unlocked Lesney Villa Fishery, which is a location for level 3s. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet real quick. We got a bite. It says wait, strike. Woo! Oh, please be it. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, another blacktail shiner. See, I don't understand how these are moored. I just don't. The sunfish is 12, 13 through 14. The bluegill is 12 through 14. I don't know. If anyone knows why, please explain to me why there's so much more bucks than the other panfish. Oh, maybe because this isn't a panfish. I don't know. That might be a good point. Anyway, we are starting things off with the blacktail shiner, 1/3 of a pound, 3 XP, and we will keep. But yeah, so basically, we are getting close to our fishnet capacity. I don't know if you are looking around on the screen and wondering where I can tell where that is, but if you look over in the top left here, you can see the time of the day, the degrees of the temperature outside, and then the degrees of the water, because that's a little water symbol. I don't know if you move around the lake if it gets different, but it's 71 degrees in this water right now, which is actually very hot. I've never seen water that hot except for a hot tub, but okay. I guess because we're in Texas, that's where Lone Star Lake is. That's probably why it's hot here. The wind is blowing northwest at 6.3 miles per hour. You won't really notice it, but if you look on the line here, which is another detail I kind of like to watch. When I got the game back then, I'm saying back then as it's like long ago, but I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years ago. That's how long I've been not playing. That's another cool feature. You can actually see it. I know that there's some where you don't see that. And maybe that was just the beginning of the strip beta for the game, and they didn't think about that extra detail, but they actually thought about it here even when I was playing it back then. That was another detail I saw, besides it looking like a fish was taking my line, which, as you know from the real fisherman world, that's what happens. And then you can tell that you got a bite. You got another ding. I might have to switch the bait up too. I think only certain shiner goes after this. Alright, we got a ding, but there's nothing happening. Alright, well, that happened. Anyway, so back over here while we're waiting for our second ding that we're gonna hear. The fishnet. So this is the icon for the fishnet. It's called a Fish Hut XS. That's what the name of the fishnet is, and that's what you saw when we unlocked it at the 2nd level, and I think the 3rd level. It said Fish Keeper Net. Oh, there we go. We got a bob. And pull back, and then we reel it in. We caught a crappie. See, now that's big, and that's a panfish, and it's longer. Yeah, the trophy was worth 60. Alright, anyway, my complainings end now. Just kidding. Anyway, so the fishnet is the XS. It's extra small. We are currently sitting out with that crappie in the net. We have 3 1/8 of a pound in the net. Ooh, that's a big fish. Did we catch it? Oh, that was a sunfish. We're also getting an achievement that I just noticed pop up on the bottom right of my screen for Steam, because that's where the game is bought from. But yeah, so we are almost at our max now. We're at 4 pounds in the net, and the max is 4.4 pounds. Now, it does have this, but if you catch anything bigger than 2.2 pounds, it will not go inside the fish keep. I have tried it from my past experience, and it didn't work. Oh, now we're at a full capacity. So, here's the thing that I don't know. When I was playing this on mobile, and I'm sorry to switch gears from this, but here's the thing I don't know. It doesn't tell you what you can and can't do, unless there's still more to the tutorial, but it told me to travel back to Lone Star. It didn't even unlock me the next lake to go to continue the next part. So I'm gonna hit escape. We still have to do this. We are working towards this. That's what that pop-up was, apparently. But I'm not going to focus on that. See, it's not giving me a tutorial. Okay, well, alright, we're out of max fish keep. So, let's see if there's a fish keep button.
Drag, listen, drag.
This is the F1 help screen if you're curious. I think I explained it a little bit before, but I was looking for a specific thing. Okay, so we just gotta go back to our inventory. So we're gonna go over to escape inventory, fish keeper. Oh, we can release. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Obviously, we don't need all these fish. What I learned from playing it the first time I played this was keep your biggest fish. When I say biggest fish, obviously what I'm referring to is keep your ones that are going to give you the most money. It doesn't seem to be telling me to do another alternative, but I'll show you the alternative at a later point because you'll see why we're doing that. But I'm going to get rid of this one because it's only $7. And this is obviously I'll explain this after in a second. We're gonna get rid of this because it's got $7. So I'm looking at this column. Release. What else do we have? We have an 11. I see an 11 up here. And we'll release that one. I have a feeling. See, that's what I mean. The sunfish are cheaper than the blue. Well, the bluegill's the same. Will give us more opportunities to fish here. We'll get rid of this $12 bluegill. I don't know why I'm still calling them dollars. You know what? I'll call them as currency. Why not? Let's keep it interesting. 12, and then our next ones will be the $13 one. Unless we catch a bigger sunfish. I'm trying to keep it in here. That way I know what I got. But yeah, so this is the fish keeper. It's a part of your inventory. You get to see your fish that you've caught. It tells you the name and it also tells you what you've caught it on. So maybe you're going after a certain fish and you don't realize that it's not working anymore. So this is where you would switch gears and try the other preferred baits that are on that list. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not catching a golden shiner. I seem to be catching the blacktail shiner. So I might switch it up here. And this is where I was referring to where I need to look at this stuff. Obviously, you get the time of the day that it was caught, and if you caught a personal trophy, like it's not on here, but I caught a trophy in the beginning on episode 1 from the tutorial, you can time it by the day too. But there's more to the time of the day of when you catch it. You can catch it at certain times, but there's another detail that I'll explain in a second here. Well, later when it comes up. But yeah, so, and then you get your max fish weight right now. Wait, no. Oh yeah, that's the max fish weight from the fish keeper on that icon I showed you. Your total weight is this now with those 4 fish I think I released, reducing it from 4.4 because we were over there. We have 8 fish now, and our reward when we leave is going to be this right now. And if you get bait coins for a certain fish, I think that's, I don't know what that's for. I haven't figured that out yet, but when we come across it, we'll explain that. So this is what I got. So now let's switch to bait. So we'll do it from how we learned it. We'll go to hit Z on the keyboard and we will go to bread with our scroll key from our mouse. Now we're using bread. And this is still shallow water, I would assume. I'm going to move to a different location. Let's go over here. I seem to have luck over by this bridge. I seem to have good luck over here. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You can immerse yourself into all these luxurious paths. I wonder if you can collect more. Huh, okay, interesting. I also know there's something that I randomly came across when I was playing this back then. I'll show you in a second. Let's try to catch this one fish first, and then we'll go do it. But yeah, so that's the fish keeper explained. There's really not much to it, but in the mobile version of the game, I was having issues because I remember in the past on my PlayStation 4 playing the game, and I was able to sell things. I don't know if they're still in beta. And beta means testing process, but they're releasing it to the public to play it and test it and give feedback, if you don't know about that world. So that's like the testing of the go live of it. But I don't know if they're still in beta testing for the mobile, but it's not letting me sell those fish. I might be doing something wrong, which when I'm at work, I'll play this game to keep me occupied. I just don't see it. I do know if my other alternative to getting rid of fish work, I just did that method. So for right now, I'll show you that when it comes up. But just know when I'm playing on mobile, that seems to be the only way that I can get rid of the fish in my fish net. What you'll see soon. So yeah, now we're just sitting here waiting. I don't know if you guys are enjoying me talking in between these things or if you'd rather me just skip forward to the fishing where I get a bite and things like that, which I could definitely do. Actually, if this keeps up, I might just do that thing that I've been doing on the mobile app, because I'm still trying to get this one fish. If it doesn't do it on this round after me clearing those fish, what I'll do is I'll show you the alternative. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm getting it. Alright, so here is the other thing that you can do. So obviously if you look up here, you see fish keeper net is full. We're actually over by 0.2 of a pound, and the max size won't do anything because obviously it's just not going to add to it. So like you try to max with other fish to get that 2.2 plus the 4.4, so that's 6.6 pounds. It won't work, trust me. It's just basically if you catch a 2.2 pound fish, that will be your max fish. If you catch a 2.7 pound fish or a 2.3 pound, one over, it won't go in the fish keep. It will tell you to release it. So let me show you that other one of clearing the fish keep. So we're going to do and this is where it didn't tell me that in the tutorial. Let me see if I can do it from this menu. So this is escape. This is the description of the lake. This is the weather forecast. And this is where this comes into play. So we are currently sitting on this day 1. Right? Yeah, this is day 1, and you could tell by the looks of the pattern of the best time to fish. And right now we are sitting at 71 degrees, and we are at 9 a.m., so we are right in this little area. We are getting ready to inch up to the best time of the day, which I could sell my fish and potentially try and around this time, but I don't see myself going. You can hit all of your missions around the times. You don't have to be in the peak times. For right now, there's perfect opportunity to do it, but this is where I've been experimenting, and I figured I would share some more of the detail that I've come across. So we are right here. You have the daytime and then you have the nighttime version. So the nighttime version, you can obviously do what they consider night fishing. This might be something that you might enjoy when you're doing real life fishing, but they brought it into the game as a feature. So you could do night fishing as well. And obviously these are your peak times, and then it drops and then it goes skyrocket high. So apparently around this time is like the best of the entire day of 24 hours. 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. This would be your prime game time right here, which means you would probably catch fish like every time you threw the line in the water within a matter of seconds. But I haven't tried it, so I'm not experimenting. Later point we'll do that. Obviously your temperature, these are your temperatures throughout the day or throughout the night. This is throughout the day. The wind will be up to 6 miles an hour, and it will be up to 1.8. So it looks like your radar, I guess you would say, your local Doppler radar from the news weather stations that you watch on TV. Similar concept. We get a clear day, and we get looks like, I'm guessing that's a clear night. So that might be why that's a peak time. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to day 2. Hope that didn't come through. Probably came through as a ding for you guys. We're going to go to day 2. So day 2 this is what our chart's going to look like for the day. We're going to be cloudy with a little slight chance of sun. And then our nighttime looks, actually that's a very interesting nighttime. I've never seen that before. I'm used to seeing this curve and things like that. Like that. Yeah, that's interesting actually. And then these are all just look normal to me. So we're going to try day 2. So what we're going to do is we can't do it from this screen. Can we do it from licenses? I have to release. Hopefully it explains that. Anyway, we're going to go to. We'll explain more of the rest of these down here after. We're going to do a letter T for time. That's ironic that they actually made it that. And we are going to head forward to 5 a.m. on day 2. And if you read the bottom, it says, note the weather forecast displays generalized information about the bite rate. This is what this is. There is no cooldown period from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. So what that means is if I am fishing nighttime, which I would assume is right 9, I think is 21. There's no cooldown period. So from 21, from pretty much anything this day to the next morning, there's no cooldown, unless it means literally 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. is no cooldown period. So if I skip from here to the night, I'm pretty sure that there will be a no cooldown right in this area. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, what I'm showing you. So we are going to do. We could hit the next morning, or we could just hit forward time. If you do the next morning, I think it will start at 5 a.m. the same time if you hit forward time and slid the little doohickey to 5 a.m. or if you just hover over it. So that they made it hover. Before you used to like drag over it. Now you don't have to. Or you can do it like this up here. So forward time, we're going to 5 a.m. on day 2. We're skipping the night. Now, extend your stay. Your stay on this pond expired. If you wish to extend your stay for one more day, press extend. Now, normally there would be a fee depending on the lake you're on. I believe since this is level 1 and this is the learning curve, you don't have to pay any fee. We'll have to find out if we have to go to a day 3. Now we're going to hit extend. What it does is it clears your, it's basically how much fish you've caught. So I refilled my fish keep. I sold the cheaper ones, and if you remember, I sold anything up to $12, I think. Yeah, $12. We are going to go into the next day, and we made $213 from the fish that we just filled up from however many we lost. Even though it would have still did the same thing, I just would have made less if I kept the other fish and did this. But we wanted to give it a second try. So experience, we got 80, and that's our money. Now look, in the top left, we have a empty fish keeper. And now obviously now we're in day 2 of 2, so we forwarded to day. Now we have an empty fish keeper. We're at a different temperature per the time chart that was up here. Obviously this is letter T. And yeah, we have a brand new slate. We can now switch the times if we wanted to, because we have a no period delay of times to forward. We can either continue fishing here and try it here, or we can skip forward to this time and catch it as it's peaking. So it's entirely up to you. You might even be able to skip it over to here. But yeah, so we're going to try day 2. We are using bread. I'm still trying to figure out where this golden shiner is. I'm just going to try right here. Let's continue right there. But yeah, so now there's a thing if you didn't know that. Maybe you did know that. But like I said, as per the mobile version, my only way of doing this, of selling the fish instead of releasing them, because it won't give me that option to release in the mobile, because it might be under beta. That is my only way to get rid of fish. Is that someone's bobber? I swear I just saw something over there. I'll tell you where I saw it. I saw something right there at the tip of my rod. That's just something that I learned from my dad. He's like, look at the tip of my rod. There's a bug over there. Look at the tip of my rod. There was a fish swimming right there. Did you see that? So nostalgic. But yeah, we're going to try this fish hopefully before the end of this episode. I feel bad that they're running so long, but like I mentioned to you, this is still my get the feeling kind of thing. I still haven't uploaded yet. I'm just making a couple videos to load into one, obviously with the editing process. And no set schedule. We have nothing. Oh, we did it. There it is. The last fish that was from that mission. We are going to keep it as my first. And let me show you the fish. Oh, well, never mind. Mission accomplished. Lone Star exploration number 1. Rewards $1,000. 1 coin. It looks like we got a glowing pear-shaped float. And this is the symbol for nighttime fishing. It doesn't necessarily tell you, which I'm surprised it doesn't. But that is the symbol for night fishing. But it glows. So it's a bobber. And it was placed in my backpack. Alright, we are done with that. So I'm glad that finished in a good time, because I was not going to keep this video going any longer. But for right now, we are still float fishing till I figure everything out, and hopefully the tutorial tells me what to do. But yeah, so let's do a little, before we end the video, there was something I remember doing. I don't know if it's still up here. But I wanted to explore, and this is what caught my eye when I was exploring. The amount of detail that they did, not just to make the water and the fish and the structure that is inside of the water, but they actually give you a good landscape, and you can walk up to the landscape. So let's actually see if there's anything up here. I remember doing something where there was like, I think it was an ATV or something before. They had an ATV up here. Oh, I can't walk here. I remember something like an ATV around here. And it was weird because I rode it up on the bridge that's over there just to get to the other side, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't see it. I do see, also keeping an eye out, because remember we found that worm patch. A little campfire. I guess the person was just bored and they wanted to fish and get dinner. Pretty cool scene to see. Just paying attention to detail is actually intriguing. But yeah, this is the other side of the lake. It's more open. So if you're into those structures where you come in and you've only got like one tree here and then you got a lot of open water. Oh, it's open, but it's structured different than open. Like dams over there. No, I did not curse. That is a dam over there. It's a spillway if you want me to be more technical. Yeah, so let me see if that is still around here. I'm really curious. I know that there was like a Jeep or something here. It's like one of those old rustic military Jeeps. I guess they took it out. Oh wait, can we go up here? Okay. Alright, maybe it's on the other side. I'm wanting to find this because I remember that there was something that you could ride. Unless I'm losing my mind and it was just a fantasy. But I am right now trying to sprint to the end. Reminds me like a derby race. Howdy partner, how you doing? Any bites? I'm kidding. I know how to type in this game. I'll show you guys that too if you're curious on how to talk and chat. Alright, that looks like it's the end. So it looks like a little ranch with a private pond. So this is a private pond, or that would probably be your, what is it, outpost kind of deal. The like wildlife refugee over there. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Alright, but yeah, it looks like we caught our fish. I am going to quickly look to see what we gotta do. Alright, so we're in the missions, and it doesn't look like it's going to give us anything else. So, what we are going to do is we are going to end it here, and I will pick you back up on the next episode, or video, whatever you want to refer to it as, and we will be going over to missions, the Lesney Villa Exploration, and I will try to get that pronunciation of location correct. So I'm going to track it for now. Wait. Yeah, we're going to go to Lesney. Alright, so we're going to track it, and we'll leave. So we're not making much money because we switched to the days, but if you remember, it costed us $0 to extend our day, which is good. Like I mentioned, there's other lakes where if you did that and left, you would lose the amount that you pretty much used to extend. So if it costs $200 to extend your stay, it will now be $0 if you didn't catch a single fish on your next stay. Or if you do the math, you caught one fish, it doesn't add up to $200. You subtract the difference between the two, the fish you caught and how much it was to extend, and you lost that. But you probably still made out because you caught some on the previous day and you just lost that from your previous amount. That will be your helpful tip when you realize that you're low on cash to go back to that place that you just came from, or to buy things that you need. On that note, we are going to end it here. Like I mentioned, the next video we're going to be switching gears and going over to the Lesney area, fish at that pond, and see what we have to do. It looks like we got to catch a couple fish that aren't on here, and hopefully it gives me more stuff to do because I'm still trying to explain things. I don't want it telling me, hey, you learned this feature, do this. But for right now, I'm going to let you go here. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day, and please like, subscribe. Have a good one.